happens in Japan. There is a young artist who is very poor, and he would sit on his cushion. He had just sent his servant off to town to try to buy something to eat. He was very hungry, but he was dreaming of what she would bring back, and he would have plenty to eat and soup to have and tea, and he was so excited. And the door opened and he knew that she was back. "What did you bring me?" "What's wrong?" "Come in." "Come in." Did you bring me something to eat?" "Well, I remembered when I went out. We have been very lonely." "Lonely? What does that mean? What do you mean?" "Well, also I had to tell you that we've had rats. We've had a problem with rats, and we have to have something that kills them." "Oh, are you trying to tell me that you bought a cat?" "Oh, how did you know?" Oh. He was very upset that she had not brought him some food. "Go away." "Oh, come back. Let me see what the cat looks like." And she set down the basket and opened its lid. And the cat did not appear until slowly he raised his head, and it was very white and very round, with yellow eyes. And as he came out so delicately, the artist realized that he has gold and black spots all over him, and a tail like a rabbit. "Why didn't you tell me that that was the color of the cat? Because you know that that means good luck." "Yes, and you should name it." "No, well, we should give the cat a name, yes, but what should we give the cat a name? What kind of..." "Well, I think you should call the cat Good Fortune, like good luck." "Okay, whatever. Good Fortune. Now get out of here." And then he had to get back to work. He had to think about what he should draw next, and he started to work. But then he heard in the kitchen water boiling. Oh, there was something on its way. It wouldn't be a fancy meal, but it would be something. And she brought out fish soup that she must have made with leftover bones, but it still had flavor. It was good. And the cat came over and looked up at the artist, and then looked away. Oh, he's very polite. He didn't want to see me eating. And he continued, and then he felt guilty. Maybe the cat's hungry. So he called to the servant, "I want you to bring a bowl of that soup for the cat as well." And the servant brought out one. And the cat very delicately started licking at it and looked back for permission from the artist. And the artist said, "Go ahead." And of course, the cat cleaned himself when he was done. This is a very special cat. Well, the next day, the artist was getting up, ready to go to work, and what did he see? The cat was laying on his cushion. Oh, the cat noticed immediately that he was there and got off the cushion. Wow, he's really showing me such respect. He sat down to contemplate what he should do, but what he noticed was the cat had gone over to a statue of Buddha where the incense was burning and looked like he was praying. Now, this seems ridiculous. Could you imagine a cat praying? Cats don't pray, come on. Well, it looked like he was praying, really. The artist started feeling guilty that he hadn't been praying lately either. Well, he got down to work and started drawing things. And then he noticed that the cat was looking out the window, and in the tree there was a bird fluttering around. And the cat got ready and pounced and collected the bird. But what the cat did next was to release the bird. Now, the artist had been ready to scold the cat, but before he had said anything, the cat had released the bird. He knew that the cat was hungry, but he let the bird go and go free. He was touched by that. Well, immediately the servant came in. Oh, there's a big to-do. The priest from the temple, he wants to see you. And he's sitting out in the outer room, and he's waiting for you. Really? The priest wants to see me? I didn't know why. Why? Well, I don't know why, but he wants to see you. Oh, well, what should we do? I don't have any money to buy tea or cakes. We have to serve him something. So he reached over, took the flowers out of his vase and said, "Sell this vase and buy tea and cakes so we can share it with the priest. Go on, okay?" And the servant went off. The artist prepared himself and went out to meet the priest. Good fortune went across his path, and he met the priest who was meditating. So the artist sat down next to him and waited. The priest opened his eyes. And they bowed to each other. "Well, I have come from the temple, and we want a picture created of the dying Buddha to honor him." "Okay, sure, okay." "Well, we, the priests in the temple, talked long and hard about which artist should we choose. And then what we decided, they all named one after another as who they would prefer. So we write down those names on slips of paper and we laid them out. And then we laid them out overnight. And the wind blew the slips of paper all around. And in the morning, the priests came out to find that there was only one piece of paper left. And whose name was on that piece of paper? Yours. Mine? Me! Oh, but I hadn't gone to the temple and prayed for a long time, but you picked me anyways. Well, okay, thank you. And he bowed to the priest and he let him go, and oh, I hadn't served him any tea or cakes, and I hadn't thanked him. Had I thanked him? He paid me already. He knew that I was poor and I needed to concentrate on creating the art. Is this because of good fortune? Because he was praying to Buddha? No, it can't be. Well, the servant came back, and what should we do now? Well, I want you to go and buy supplies so I can create this picture. And the artist realized that he couldn't just go ahead and start drawing or painting. He had to think about what his subject should be. What elements should be in this picture. So he sat down and meditated and imagined Buddha as a young man, the Prince Siddhartha, with his long hair, his fine clothes, his golden bracelets and other jewelry, his beautiful wife and their son. One day, Siddhartha had gotten on his horse and ridden out into the world, and he saw in the village many people who were poor and starving and suffering, and he knew that that was bad, and he rode back, and he said, "What can I do? I live in this luxurious house with a beautiful wife, with beautiful clothes, plenty of food to eat." And he decided to abandon his wealth, to take off his robes, to take off his jewelry, and to cut his hair, even so much as to shave his head down to a bald scalp.